What's going on, fam? We are back once again, just to have a candid conversation about something that's been on my heart. And this is actually a very common practice for people that are trying to overcome any type of sexual addiction, and it's relapse streaks. If you don't know what those are, essentially it's counting the days that you haven't done something. This is common with people who struggle with alcohol, with heroin, with different drugs, and people who struggle with porn. Many people do that. They count how many days they haven't watched it. And, previously, just many years back, I used to be obsessed with counting days, with beating my streak that I had previously. And as time has gone on and I've, had conversations with various therapists and people in the field of psychology, it's actually not helpful. It's actually harmful to do this in the journey of trying to overcome. So I'll explain a little bit why. And let me just make a disclaimer. I am not, discouraging anyone from keeping track of their progress. What I am against is people measuring their worth, measuring their progress and their success based on this. Because actually, this type of motivation, in the short and long term, can actually promote behavior modification more than it promotes actual healing and lasting change. So I'm going to read this statistic here. In a study published in the Journal of Substance Abuse Treatment, this is in 2017, it was found that people who count their days of sobriety may feel intense disappointment after relapsing, and this disappointment often leads to deeper cycles of relapse. 90% of participants who focused on counting days felt that a relapse destroyed their progress rather than seeing it as a temporary setback in a longer journey. So, again, I bring this up because this is very common. I know even when I was in high school that I was a part of this group on Reddit called NoFap, and they had something called a NoFap tracker. And essentially, it allows you to track your days of how long you've been free from this thing, and it resets every time you relapse, and you put in the information, the time, the day that you fell, and it resets it to zero. And obviously the goal is to build a streak of longer days. So, yeah, this is not helpful for the reason that was stated in this study in 2017. Yeah, it's very easy, especially in this realm, to measure your worth according to how many days you're free, and it's not helpful. It's not good. It encourages this performance or perfectionistic mentality where the larger your streak is, the better you are as a person. And that's just not entirely true, right? It's a journey, it's a process. And there's another study that was done. Let me look it up here. In 2017, a study published in Psychology of Addictive Behaviors, participants who approached their recovery one day at a time reported a 41% higher success rate in maintaining long-term sobriety. The study showed that when individuals set smaller, manageable goals like staying sober for one day, they were more likely to stay sober long-term compared to those counting days. So this reminds me of, there's a motivational speaker. His name is Ed Milet, and he talks about his dad who was an alcoholic for a very long time, and later on in life he gave his life to Jesus and he became a Christian. And Ed asked his dad, does this mean that you're not going to drink anymore? And his dad basically told him, son, I just promise you that I'm not going to drink for one more day. Meaning, for one more day I'm going to stay sober. And that mentality of one more day, I'm not going to do this today. As long as it is today, I'm not going to drink. This actually led to, I believe it was like 20 or 30 years of sobriety till the day that he died. So This is just a helpful framework to approach porn addiction with, because again, when you see this massive Goliath of, man, I have to hit 300 or 500 or 1,000 or whatever days free, it's just this constant, I would even say, like, it can even become like a paranoia of sorts. It can become um, just this like anxiety surrounding this conversation of being free, rather than enjoying the day and enjoying life without pornography today, which today is all we have, right? Tomorrow isn't even promised. Many people are focused on, again, that huge number that they have in mind. So I just wanted to share this because I think a lot of people do this. This is very common. To do the relapse streaks or counting days that you've been free. And I want to encourage you, like, just focus on today. Just focus on one day at a time. You know, Jesus actually says in the New Testament, sufficient for the day is its own trouble, meaning you have enough to deal with and worry about today. Like, why are you worrying about tomorrow? Tomorrow will take care of itself, you know? So, yeah, just wanted to share that. I think this will set a lot of people free. And this is by no means an excuse to continue on in this addictive behavior, obviously. But it is to say that, um, yeah, maybe these relapse streaks and counting days aren't helping you. Maybe they're actually contributing towards you falling because of your fixation on this number. And I know for some people, right, they'll hit a certain number and then it's almost like they subconsciously give themselves permission to fall back in, almost as like a reward of sorts, which is like very backwards, but this is something that happens with people that I work with, like clients of mine. So yeah, just wanted to share this. Let me know what your thoughts are below. If you want to comment below, let me know your thoughts. If you've done the relapse streaks, or if you've counted days previously, or if you are currently doing that. And let me know what you think about these psychological studies that have been done and what it actually says about this approach. So, yeah, all I wanted to share. Take care, guys. Have a great one.